Stepping into a new season can be scary, but my next guest is not only reinventing herself, but reimagining one of her most popular albums from 25 years ago. Please welcome my sister, Tiffany Lee, aka Plumb, to the show.
Hello.
Hello. Okay,
Hey.
so not really sisters, if you couldn't tell.
We are chosen sisters.
Chosen sisters. And you have had an incredible career, but it's been 6 years since your last album, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so what is happening that maybe had you take a little time off, and why are you coming back now?
Thank you for asking.
You're so welcome.
So I went through a very unexpected, very traumatic divorce, and that sort of took me out sort of like a little bit of a wrecking ball to my life, and most of what I had sort of built with trust and so much a part of my career was a part of that as well, just kind of got taken out. And in the process, this past October, not that long ago, I just happened to stumble upon the fact that I would say my most popular, like, fans' favorite album will turn 25 tomorrow.
Which is hard because we're only 29, so it's
I
hard to
know.
believe.
How is that possible? And that is where I remember leaving off as an independent, strong woman, and in the process did not realize that I had just sort of given all my power away. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go back to where I left off and reclaim that, and not from a place of victim, but as a fighter.
Yeah.
And so this has been really good.
I love that you're doing that, because it would be really easy to be like, that was my past, I don't want to revisit that at all. And instead, you're literally, the new album is called CandyCoated Waterdrops Reimagined.
Reimagined, yep.
And so there's some certain tweaks that you were very insistent on making. There were certain things that you were intentional to leave off.
Right.
How did it feel to revisit that and make those artistic choices?
Really empowering.
Good.
And it was an opportunity, like you said, to kind of go back and take the authenticity of what's there, the integrity of the songs still, wanting to maintain that, while at the same time incorporating what I've learned in 25 years, even if it's just changing a pronoun, or if it was just changing a little bit of a title to tweak it, or to leave a track off. I left a track off. So.
Yeah, and I think as women that we've both been through divorce,
Yes.
it can be easy to want to hide. And I think there's always a time for reflection and needing to really look within. But you've also seen the power of what it takes to stand back up on stage, to speak out. Where did you draw that power from?
Oh man, I have to give so much credit to community. I mean, I believe very strongly in God, and at the same time, the creation around, like, the social capital that I feel like has been around me, that has been used to hold me up when I have been flattened out, and you are absolutely one of those.
Thank you.
And so just this is important to me, even right here.
Yeah.
And so I think to accomplish this with the help of everyone around you, while at the same time there's a big component that I did this myself. I'm doing this independently, and so that's been good for me and the community around me to be supporting, and that's been really powerful.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm trying to hold it together right now, because there's, but it's important to have both. It's important to have the people that you trust, that you can be completely vulnerable with.
Yep.
And it's important to know, like, who to trust in those moments, what to share with your children,
Right.
what doesn't need to be shared. What would you say to, I would say the woman in particular that's struggling, that feels like no one else is going through what she's going through, and yet we all know there's nothing new under the sun. How would you encourage that woman right now?
Well, I told myself every day, keep breathing in and out, put one foot in front of the other, and try to do the next right thing. And when you completely screw up what you're going to, begin again. And you gave me something that is hanging on my wall when I wake up every morning, and it says it's going to be okay. And just remind yourself of that, because ultimately it is.
Yeah, it takes those simple things sometimes just to get to that next step, right?
Yeah.
To keep going and to be vulnerable, have those, like I said, those people you're vulnerable with. I imagine there's going to be chances for people to be able to see you
Yes.
perform now. Here, tell us about how people can access the album and all those good things.
So the album comes out tomorrow. You can get it on any platform that you would find music anywhere: Spotify, iTunes, all the things. I'm on social media, Plumb Music. Plumb is spelled with a B.
Yes,
and
very important.
so social media, and any and every opportunity that makes sense for me to be out and about live, I will. But this has been a success for me already, because it's an opportunity where I took back my power, and that has been good for me. And so it's already, like, so just join the party, where it's just already a good thing, And so I hope it can be an encouragement to someone else, like it's been for my own self.
Say, I love, you're not sending out a prescription. You're saying, this is how I've done it, this is where I've come from,
Yeah.
and this is where we want to go.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
just give yourself grace, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh,
sis.
we could obviously talk a lot, but make sure you check out Candy Coated Waterdrops Reimagined. Thank you, Plum, for being here.
you.
I want to thank all of my guests for joining me on the Sami Cohn Show today. Goodness, if you can just take one thing away, it's worth it. I want to make sure you have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.